God damn it, Sean.
Sean, God damn it.
That's another half a point.
Half a point my ass. These
2.
are the whole time. This is now
2.
Got a blooper reel.
He's at 2.
No, you've had the cameras for the last 5 minutes, dog.
That's what I'm
We got the
saying.
whole Bella Thorne fucking
Blooper reel.
DJ shit.
We're actually cutting all of that.
Yeah, we can't talk shit. We can't talk shit about that.
If Sean Sean just gets mad at us, quits the podcast, and he only puts out all that shit talking footage that we said.
Yeah.
Oh, you think I'm not keeping double copies? I own you.
Smart.
Later,
smart
for
guy.
collateral, yes.
Yeah.
It's the I own you.
That's why I didn't talk any shit. Got you, Sean.
Oh yeah, it was all us.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to My+One with Tony Sarandos and
Vinnie Fastline.
don't know him at all. Today we have our wonderful guest, Hannah Horwatt. Hannah,
Hello.
who did you bring? Who's this other wonderful human
who
being
did
on
I
my
bring?
couch?
Who did I bring? Would you like to say hello?
I would like to say hello.
Great,
Would you
say
like
hello.
to say my name? Or
This
do I
is
have to say-
Kay Broach.
Okay, bro.
I'll clap for myself.
No claps for Hannah. Only
Yeah, no
Kay.
claps for me. I don't deserve them.
So, hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, what's up,
Hi.
guys?
Wow, thanks for having
Welcome.
us.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thanks for coming on our
Beautiful
podcast.
space.
Yeah, I mean, just to get us into it, who are you guys? Who is Hannah? Who is Kay?
Who is Hannah?
Yeah.
Such a
I
complicated
know.
question.
Who
I
is
know.
Kay?
Take it
Who are
as
we?
deep as
Let's
you want.
see. Long ago in a faraway land called Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in the year 1996.
Wow.
I was birthed.
I'm from Pittsburgh, by the way.
No shit.
We're going to get into this. This is not about me.
God.
Go.
Holy shit.
That's a
okay,
wrap.
this
See you
is
guys.
great. Okay, anyway,
me
we're
and
just gonna
Tony are
end
outta
it
here.
here.
Wow.
Yeah. In Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in good old 1996, I was birthed. From there, as a 19-year-old, a mere little baby, I moved out to LA knowing no one, and then was introduced to this girl not long after. But within that time, moved out here for acting, just like everybody else, immediately quit. And then during the pandemic.
What do you mean? It's so easy to be an actor.
Yeah, it's so fucking
make
easy
it?
to be an
Yeah.
actor in LA. Immediately quit, started up again March 2020, and I work in marketing. I babysit influencers for a living, basically, which is fun. Yeah, that's me.
So what do you mean by like work in marketing with influencers? What does that entail?
So I'm an influencer marketing manager. So I hire on influencers to do different campaigns for this wellness. I work for a wellness company called Threesome. But I just hire on influencers to do campaigns for us, and all they have to do is post reels and stories on social media.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So she's always trolling.
So the
Trolling
company's,
everything to
the
find
company's not about like the company's its own kind of company that just brings on social media influencers.
Right.
What's the company do?
It's a wellness app. So we have
an
different recipe. It's basically like, if I were to compare it to anything, it'd be like MyFitnessPal, but a little bit more elevated.
I don't work out.
Same.
I wouldn't know.
I mean, I barely do either anymore.
It's not in my vocabulary.
Who has the
Nothing
time?
wrong with that. We have other things to do.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. Well, me, I guess it's
Who are you?
Well, my
Who
name
is
is
Kay?
Kay, and everyone is like, what does that stand for? And it literally stands for KAY, like on my birth certificate. And I am a dark comedy writer. Right now, I'm focusing on TV. I'm also a producer. I've worked in like every industry that exists. So music, beauty. I was a beauty blogger for a while and a makeup artist. I moved to LA like 8 years ago from Chicago. I'm originally from Grand Rapids, Michigan. You don't need to go there, anyone. You're not missing anything.
Nice.
But
I think that's the best thing anyone's ever said about Grand Rapids. Michigan.
is it?
Yeah, that's the nicest thing anyone's ever
Yeah,
said.
yeah, you're good.
So you guys do. So you do everything.
Yeah, I mean, I work in marketing as well, as we kind of chatted about, marketing and branding. Not at a cool company, so we don't need to talk about that in detail. But my primary focus is TV writing. So that's me.
That's
and then
pretty
me and
cool.
Hannah have a podcast together. We're
That we
co-hosting
do.
about empowering women in film and TV. So
What's the podcast called?
it's called She Said.
Let's.
What's that mean?
She
What's
said
the meaning
let's?
is she said let's.
So I think I kind of forced her into doing a podcast with me. unwillingly.
Yes.
I was like, this would be fun. We should do it.
You're like, let's not act. Let's just do something harder and get a podcast going.
Exactly. So I pitched the idea to her of wanting to do something a little bit more and kind of bring more awareness, I guess, to women in film and TV. And she is kind of the brains behind it.
Well, I did say I worked in marketing and branding. So branding is like the thing that I actually like to do. I really like to like take someone or something and figure out, okay, what makes you you, and like how can we build off of that visually and also like internally. But the whole thing with me and her is that like anytime I have an idea, she's always like, let's. Like it's never a no. It's always like a yes. So it's kind of
more
like
a how can we get this done efficiently, and let's just fucking do it. Let's figure it out along the way.
yeah. Or like anytime, you know, she would have something acting wise, I would be like, yes, let's do that. Like, how can I help you with this? So it involves two people. So it's all about like two women, or in this, Tony was our first male that we had on our podcast.
Hey.
So he had to talk about the women in his life.
He's got a baby face.
Yeah, I mean,
I could shave.
yeah. But the women in his life that like empowered him to do something that maybe he wasn't, you know, that he was either scared of or nervous of, or, you know, there's imposter syndrome all over the place in this fucking town. So
I love that.
yeah.
It's more like just pushing to do your best in a sense.
Yeah. Let's just figure it out.
Like a podcast. It's like Yes Man, the movie, if it's a podcast.
Exactly.
Let's.
Let's
Man. Women. Let's women.
Let's women.
Wow. Am I going to write that film now? Is
Hey,
that what you're telling me?
we have it here. I get percentage of that. All right.
Female version of Yes Man. Yes,
You can be a
woman.
producer. You can be a
Let's. All right,
producer.
cool.
Yeah. Or maybe I'll help you. You can punch it up.
Oh.
There we go.
Yeah.
Punch that shit up, baby.
Yes. Look at this.
Look at this.
This is a binding
creating
contract.
opportunities.
Yeah.
Hollywood.
These are all big words and I don't know what they mean.
I have to ask though, before we get back into that, you're from Pittsburgh. What part of Pittsburgh are you from?
I'm from like right outside of Pittsburgh. Do you know where Greensburg is?
Yeah, I know Greensburg.
I'm from Greensburg.
Oh, okay. I went to Moon High School.
Oh, no shit.
It's called Moon.
Yeah, Moon Township. That's
Moon
where
Township. That's where the airport is.
a friend of our good
What does
friend
that
of
have to
ours
do
is
with the
from Moon Township.
It's stupid. There's Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania got lazy, and there's a town called Mars,
No, truly.
and they used to play Moon used to play Mars in football.
Is your mascot just like a guy in sleep attire?
Moon? No,
Like he
astronaut.
only
Which
comes
one
out
is
when
it?
the moon is out.
no, but I did.
Like the Martians and you guys are like the moon.
It's all like
It's an alien.
It's everybody that's been abducted. No, but I did get suspended at school for mooning my entire gym class.
Why? That's so on brand.
And they go to the principal office, and I go, why am I being suspended? They're like, you mooned everybody. I go, I'm showing school spirit.
Exactly. Literally.
And I
The
got,
definition.
so that's I went to Moon. I went to I lived in South Side, and then my mom's in South Park, and then I went to IUP college.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
Is that a big party school? Is that what's
Says,
going on here?
you know what? That says a lot about you as a person, and I have so much respect for you.
Because I'm wearing it backwards over my ears, and I'm a grown up. Yeah,
Yeah, IUP. I've
IUP,
had
big party school.
I have had a lot of
sounds like an
blackout
acronym.
nights at IUP.
What's that?
I have had a lot of blackout nights at IUP.
Oh yeah, those
And
are the only nights that I had.
Did
Were you
not
in a
go to
frat
college.
or no?
I don't want. This isn't a podcast about me.
Oh, okay. Look at us.
you
Just
a
switch. We're
host on
switching
this
it. We're actually going to be asking
Let me
you
ask you
guys
questions. All right, I don't want to answer these.
Yeah, yeah.
Vinny's having a flashback right now.
War flashbacks have started ever since Pittsburgh was brought into the conversation.
You don't have a Pittsburgh accent.
No, I got rid of that pretty quick.
Yeah, I never.
I don't
had
know
it.
why.
I was born in Ohio, and then I moved to Pittsburgh during like when my parents
Imagine a
divorced.
series of that unfortunate events.
Wait, can somebody do a Pittsburgh accent? Like,
what
I
is
don't know
it?
what it
What is it?
means.
All
Gonna
you
go
have-
downtown, we would a Manny sandwich. Like it sounds like a Boston
It
accent.
sounds
if you-
like Boston.
It's a little Boston.
It is Boston-y, but it's
Is it less Boston?
there's also a lot of words that don't make
Downtown.
sense. Like, do you know what a gum band is? You know what a gum band is.
I don't.
That sounds
I was gonna
It's
say
a
he
rubber
doesn't look-
band.
Oh,
These are like
oh,
this is
that's
like
lazy.
Pittsburghese, guys.
That's just lazy. I think that's what you get
just
when
one
not
less
enough people go to
syllable.
school. It's like this looks like chewing gum.
You know what?
But it's in the shape of a gum band. Yeah, that's
yeah,
what it is.
exactly.
That
there's
is
a
our
whole-
education system failing us. That's what that is.
There
Okay.
is an entire language from Pittsburgh called Pittsburghese. Have you've looked this up before,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I feel like Michigan has an accent, but it's like just a knockoff of Chicago's accent. Like you just elongate all your vowels, essentially.
I could see that.
Chicago.
All these knockoff.
You just made me hate Pittsburgh even more.
Hey,
Even
listen,
more?
Why do you think we both
Pittsburgh.
moved away?
I mean, honestly, I don't know anything.
We're also going to change your
so
mind.
I've never been there.
We're going to change your mind by the end of this.
I agree.
We're going to get you into Pittsburgh.
It's a good city.
Although
it really is.
Me and Hannah are obsessed because we've like known each other for so long and we know everything about each other's families that we really want to go. Like I want to go to Pittsburgh and just like hang out with her family for a week.
No, I want to show
and
her all the
like
spots.
experience whatever Pittsburgh is. I don't know what it is. And then she wants to come and like stay at my dad's in Grand Rapids. I know it's not going to be a fun.
I want to see how much you could defend Pittsburgh in this podcast.
I will defend Pittsburgh until my face turns blue.
I won't defend Grand Rapids
and
at
then
all.
I'll make sure to put it down just to keep it honest.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. The opposite sides here.
Just make sure you go.
Sean in the booth.
Hey,
Hot producer Sean. Hot producer Sean.
Hot producer Sean on board. The only laughs I'll get is from a laugh track. All right, great.
So fun exercise here. You guys gave me the idea of this. I want you to close your eyes.
Ooh.
Oh,
All of us.
okay.
Ooh.
And we're going to take turns talking. And I want you to describe what you think we look like.
Ooh.
Who?
You want me to go for who wants to go first?
Describe what? Who?
Do you?
I mean,
wanna
I know
go
you
first?
already know what I look like, but like, just try to match my voice to a look. Okay. So
Oh
Okay.
God.
this is going to be like almost like a Mad Libs Once Upon a Time. Once upon a time, there was a small child from Pittsburgh who moved to LA. And everyone mistook him for a child. But he was actually a full-grown man who likes to wear hats backwards and does stand-up comedy.
Checks out.
And on his free time, he does podcasts with his friend who has no business doing podcasts. Anyways, what does that person look like to you guys?
Looks like a standard Pittsburgh dude.
I'm not sure I like this game yet.
I don't know if my answers are going to be nice.
Hey, let's all shut our eyes and talk shit about Vinnie. It's,
We're being honest. You're not supposed to describe the person I was talking about. You're supposed to describe what the person that my voice matches.
oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. Okay.
I mean, yes, I was describing Vinny, but like, come on, guys, be nice. Like,
So if I were talking about my voice,
yeah, like if you're just talking, but no one's ever seen you before, like, how do you?
Well, I feel like I'm biased because we did the whole like big mouth thing on our podcast, and now I can't see you as anyone else but like a Nick Kroll character.
But
Now that you did the
wait,
impersonation.
now that I have to close my eyes and listen to my voice, I just realized how much I hate my voice. No wonder why people don't want to listen to this podcast.
first time.
They have to listen to this? Fuck.
You guys don't like listening to your own voices?
Yeah, I kind of like
okay,
mine.
you see me as an.
I see you as like
hormone monster.
like
see me
Coach
as a
Steve
hormone.
or something. Like
You know, Coach Steve.
Lola.
Tony, you have a deep voice, so it's kind of
Yeah.
sexy.
yeah, it feels like you're
I
like
want
an
you
older
guys to
man
do-
than you actually are.
I want you to close your eyes and breathe.
You sound
slowly.
like the guy that left Boys to Men that had the deep voice, the baritone.
Oh my God.
By the way, I thought he died, and that's why it was only 3 of Boys to Men. And then I found out he just left the band, and I go, he's dead to me.
I literally don't
You know,
remember
he's the same
anybody
thing.
leaving.
That's okay.
Y'all could open your eyes now if you want.
Okay.
but-
I thought we were
Unless
doing
you're
it. I
stuck-
thought we were doing it for everyone.
Well, I mean, we do it in increments. Like
No, it was really nice
for-
nap. I
okay.
just took.
I know, that was
I got
beautiful.
hormone monster.
I
for
hit
you.
my mouth on this, like wiped my lip while we were eyes closed on accident.
All right, we're gonna need
just so
put
you know, you
hand
need
sanitizers
to
in the budget.
Get her the
Clorox.
fuck out of here, please.
Gonna need some
gotta
alcohol
go. I'm outta here.
wipes.
Licking
right
our
there.
mics.
She actually just came here to eat the mic.
Yeah,
Just so you
I
guys
heard these were
know.
expensive. So
That's what I do.
yeah,
I eat the
it's
mic.
Vinny's 5th mic.
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah. Okay, so Nick Kroll character for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now answer.
You know, I feel like
I mean, I also
really
picture
don't.
you as a
So
talent.
I'm describing your voice,
Yeah, like what match a face to the voice?
Tony.
Like, fuck you, Vinny.
A face to the voice.
Use
I
your
already said.
imagination.
Sexy.
You're
old
the
man,
you're the
yeah.
you got the deep black dude black dude in Boys to Men with the deep voice.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
I feel like I could see you as like a
50
cartoon
first
character. Maybe like, ooh,
Cartoon
Stitch?
That could be Stitch. Yeah.
Stitch from Lilo and Stitch.
Hannah means Hannah.
Means vomit?
Family.
Yeah, so Hana means vomit now.
Oh, it does?
You just insulted all of Hawaii.
I literally thought you said Hannah means vomit.
Ohana.
Oh, Hana.
My name actually does mean vomit.
Yeah.
Checks out.
Hannah.
Vinnie.
What's your last name?
Horwatt. It's like a prostitute and a light bulb.
Horwatt?
Yes.
What is Horwatt, by the way? Like what?
Oh my
what
God.
ethnicity?
Sorry, I should have done a little research before this podcast. What's your last name? Horwatt. We would have had material. So okay.
So
Can
wait,
I
are we
ask you
doing
guys
everybody
questions about you?
else's
Can I
voice?
ask?
I don't know. That was more for my ego.
Oh, okay.
okay.
You
If
just
you
wanted
guys
us to
want to
describe
keep
you?
going with that, but I got what I needed out of it.
He just really wanted
It
to
was
know
just
what you
for
guys thought
Tony's
about his
entertainment.
voice.
Yeah. Well, now I
passed
want to
the
know.
test with
I want to
flying
know
colors.
what you think about ours.
You guys have
Okay, so
wonderful voices.
close your eyes and picture yourselves in a very dark forest.
I already got yours, Hannah.
Okay, great. Let's hear it.
No.
Okay.
You're not going to tell us?
Hannah,
Hannah's, you seem like someone who would be reading like a self-guided meditation track,
Ooh.
Yeah.
right?
You sound like you sound like there's that Christian radio station.
Oh, God.
You sound like
Jesus.
In the
welcome, guys.
arms of-
Thanks for tuning in to 98.3. Tonight we're gonna
Jesus FM.
Jesus FM.
And tonight we're going to talk about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Jesus. I didn't even mean to do that. Wait,
Sure.
yeah. I feel like I'm definitely not a Jesus talker.
My eyes are closed.
No.
Good. Hit it.
Okay.
It's okay. Go ahead, talk for us.
Okay. I'll do a little talk for you guys. It's very calming to watch you guys close your eyes.
You have a very nice book. You could. I feel like a
Very nice book.
Yeah,
No,
you're a
sorry.
book now.
You have a very nice book.
Thank
You
you.
sound like you would. I'm listening to an audiobook.
Yeah.
I have written a book,
But it's like a 51st Dates kind of version.
okay.
It's
So like
got
a
some-
rom-com.
It,
Yeah,
gets some
yeah.
naughty parts in it.
Okay.
That's called fan fiction, Vinny.
What's that?
That's called fan fiction.
Oh shit!
One time I did have a Lyft driver tell me that I needed to do erotica novel voices. And I was like, please, is my stop soon.
Would you
get me out of here?
Would you write an Adam Sandler fan fiction?
Yeah. You want me to record it here? Let's do it.
We have the facilities.
We do. And I already licked this mic, so this one is mine.
Mike.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler. Matter of fact, I just would. That'd be fantastic. If we could do that.
Oh my God, that's so good. I love that.
So
Beautiful.
okay, so can I ask you? What is that?
Cinderella, the birds. The birds are coming.
really?
Crickets.
Are they crickets? They sound like birds.
Once upon a time, there was a couple of
Never
Holy
heard a
Lord.
cricket or a bird.
trying to do a podcast, and we was doing it for a while. But, all right, so
Okay, no, you can.
that's all I got. But
That was
anyways,
beautiful.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, we
You're
love
welcome.
that.
So I got a million questions, if you don't mind.
Let's hear it.
Just a few of them.
I don't know
First
if we
off,
can get through a million, but like
We're gonna
we
try to
can
get through a
try.
couple in the
case
out pretty
sucks.
early.
I feel like we could probably get through at least 500,000.
We'll get it.
Oh,
And
really?
one. Shoot for the stars. Add an extra
Okay,
one.
I'm
on
gonna
there.
need more champagne for that, but
1,001.
continue.
Okay.
I mean, 5,000 of a million's not that much. So, but I'll take what I can get. Okay, just I'm gonna rapid fire. I'm gonna rapid fire.
Let's go.
Do it.
How long have you guys known each other? Where did you meet? And how much do you hate each other?
Cool. Moving on.
I don't know. 5 years?
Yeah, I'd
6
say
years?
probably like 6 years ago. 6 years is probably better.
Okay,
6
well,
years ago.
Well,
we
let me
met.
say, I knew her before we were friends.
Yes.
Okay.
And I also knew her before we were friends.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't like her
You
when I
stalk each
first
other?
met her.
Oh.
No, that's why we
She
weren't
did-
friends.
Yeah, she did not like me.
Wait.
Yeah.
You guys didn't like her because wait,
She
where did
likes
you know
everyone.
her?
Let's take a moment.
I
Let's
love-
digest
yeah.
this for a second. Why?
Okay.
How could you not like that?
Okay, here's
No, let me tell you.
Okay, I was just gonna preface this by
Okay,
saying that I love everyone, and I knew of her before, or I knew of Kay before we became friends
Who doesn't?
How did you know of her?
through mutual friends.
Okay.
We have a lot of the same. I think it was our friend Dan.
Yeah, Dan
Yeah.
Claremont.
Yeah, Dan Claremont. Good old Dan. Anyway,
And
that's all I'm prefacing with.
Okay, and so the story is back in the day, there was this place in Hollywood called the Riff, and it was where all the washed up kids who used to do Warp Tour would come to like listen to pop punk music and shit like that. Okay. So like all the band dudes and stuff and people who worked on Warp Tour, such as myself back in the day. And Hannah would go there with like a group of people
7 days a week.
like all the time. Like literally she lived there. And then there was like a certain thing. They were called the Riff Rats. Okay. And people would say that there was like a group of girls that would hook up with all the dudes in the bands. And so I thought that she was a riff rat at one time, not because of my own accord, but because of like somebody had told me that.
I've also heard of you before.
I've heard of these riff rats.
I heard about you.
I've heard about these riff rats.
Yeah, but it wasn't true.
No,
it was not true. So by association, maybe some of the people perhaps that she was hanging out with, we won't say, were perhaps riff rats, but she was not. So.
Moral of the story is don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess.
Exactly.
We all got
But when you live in LA, you have to be careful about who you let into your life.
Yeah.
So sometimes,
snakes. Yeah.
so sometimes if you hear something from someone who you trust, you're like, okay, well, I have enough friends. I don't really need any more. So
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
And then she got to know me.
Yeah. And then we hung out like one-on-one and we were like, oh shit, we both do stuff.
And you guys are really close now or what?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I would probably jump in front of a moving train for her if she asked me to. Yeah.
Well, that answers my question.
I don't know if I would.
God.
The plot thickens.
I mean, am I going to make it? That's the question here. Or am I going to die by like saving
I would
you?
sacrifice myself.
Oh, you're such a good
Wow.
friend. I'm an only child and it's all about me. You know what I mean?
Just like my dog when she was
Would
an only
push me in
child.
front. She'd be like, you know what? Yeah, good luck.
I wouldn't kill you, but I'm just saying I might think about like the inertia that I was at and if I was going to make it, you know, like I might do like some
She
sort of
takes
thing.
a second to process it.
Right. I got to think.
Whereas Hannah, it's more like an instinct. Yours is a decision.
Is there anybody you would jump in front of a bus for?
That's not your
We're just trying to figure out how selfish you are.
I think maybe Britney Spears.
All
or,
right,
like,
this
for
podcast is fucking over.
Okay, wait. Do you see?
Oh my gosh, she's wearing a Britney Spears shirt.
Yeah.
Done.
Just it would be for the world to still have her. You know what I mean? I'd be sacrificing myself
It's all
for the
for
world.
Britney.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'd die for Britney too, bitch.
Free her.
Why? Because it's Britney, bitch.
So, okay, so you wouldn't die for her, but she'd die for you. That's cool. But
Yeah.
but you're close now. Do you guys like hang out? How often?
I don't know, several times a week probably.
Yeah, I'd say like at least 3.
But also because we work
several
together.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Several times
The
a
number
week?
7.
Oh.
Several-
7 days
Is
a week.
that what you meant by several, or did it like just multiple times a week?
Just multiple.
Why are you looking at me like I'm
even
speaking
a
in
question?
foreign-
You don't know
I've
what
never- I-
several means?
Well, no.
Tony never heard the word several before.
Well, when I say several, I'm assuming 7 times because several, like multiple times is like, okay, yeah, it's throughout the week, like 3 to however many
Oh,
times.
I think everyone is wondering why you would think several is 7.
I actually only refer to 7 as
I'm
several
sorry that it's like 90% of the word 7 in several.
Okay, fine.
Several.
Right? You're just missing the N. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
anyways,
start using several as a 7 term.
and then I'm gonna get mad at
that's
people
why I was
because they don't
confused. I'm
know.
like,
I
okay,
like
there's
that.
7 days in a week, several. So you hang out every single day of the week. That's why I
I
was
usually
confused.
work out to about 6 to 7-year-old days a week.
Fuck this podcast. All of you. I'm done talking, Vinny. It's your ship.
Hey,
Take it.
we hang
your
out
Gatorade.
multiple times a week, but also a lot of it is like working on stuff. So
Thank you for dumbing it down for me. I appreciate it.
What do you guys do? Okay, so you work on the podcast together, or you work on what?
Well, when we
Right.
first started hanging out, I was writing a lot of stuff for her to act in because I have my own production company. And I was like, let's shoot some of these shorts. Let's shoot like a web series. And we were coming up with like ideas and then also like branding for those ideas and like just figuring out the logistics. I mean, everybody knows that there's so much that goes into even like a 5-minute piece of film. And then one of our ideas kind of got a little bit shit on because it was about Shia LaBeouf. And shortly thereafter, you know, well, I don't need to tell everybody what happened with him.
I wouldn't say it got shit on, but he knocked
shit on
it
it.
down
I mean, well,
because it was bad timing.
yeah. It was a web series.
This was around all the time whenever the stuff came out about Shia and like FKA Twigs, and then we were like, oh yeah, we probably shouldn't do a short series on our love for Shia LaBeouf. And
I don't
Adam
know.
Brody.
I don't really know about this. But we're not going to get into it
No,
because
Vinnie, it's okay. I didn't know what several meant. So you're off the hook. Don't worry
That's
about
true.
we're still not going to let that go, Tony.
I know.
I'm going to use that all the
I
time.
dug a 400-foot grave on that one. I'm stuck
Honestly,
here.
it was a glorious moment.
Yeah,
I'll
honestly,
live-
it's
I'll live
probably
in
my
here
favorite part of
forever.
the podcast.
It's
so far.
bonded us. Yeah.
So okay, so you guys work on stuff together, but what do you do for fun? Like if you're hanging out, do you guys go to riff raffs or whatever? And
No, they just hang out at Amoeba Music now.
We no longer go to riff raps. Now we just go on vacations together.
ooh,
Yeah.
where do you go?
We just had our first Cabo vacation together come September.
Yeah. For my birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, belated.
Yep.
Thank you so
Very
much.
cool.
Yeah.
Pure chaos.
Yeah, I love Mexico. I'm also
fun.
half Mexican, well, Mexican American.
You were
So
thriving.
what?
You're just thriving.
Thriving. Yeah, everything.
This
the
was-
food, the music,
Yeah.
just obviously the beach. You
The
know,
thing
the
about
people.
Mexico, we become different people there all together.
How so?
Cabo King, Cabo Hannah.
Yeah, more fun, more light and outgoing.
I
feel
don't know.
like we're
I'm
both
always
still
like this.
outgoing.
Y'all are always
Yeah.
fun and always outgoing. So like,
I was chaotic.
I
there.
think
I think both of us.
I
were
think the
chaotic
difference
there.
is like trip us and regular us are different.
Yeah, because then we don't have to worry about work or anything. Just
So
get to
trip
let
you guys
loose.
cut loose.
Yeah,
Yeah, we just
And you-
like
but how are you different? You say you're different on the vacation.
I find a pole and then I dance on it.
Oh,
fun.
Yeah,
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
you know, we just get
paid
a
to go
little
on
bit
vacation.
too out of
It
hand.
looked like you were still judging Hannah for a decision she made on that Cabo trip.
I was like, you were dancing on that pole too, bitch.
I was. There's several pictures of it. And I had those big heels on, and you were trying to teach me moves, and I was like, I'm way too
Oh
drunk
my
for
god!
this. I gotta get out of here.
Did you fall over?
It's hard to say.
No, it wasn't you. It
Was it Braxton?
Yeah, it was her roommate. He was trying to film her dancing, and then he fell
Oh,
over
yeah.
and broke the.
Well, and because I guess I don't know about this because I don't have a penis, but he like hit his balls really hard and then like flew over this fucking thing and could barely speak. Like was gonna throw up.
wow.
Checks out.
Yeah,
Looked like a rag doll hanging over a pole
yeah. He just laid there like this, and the people
for like a solid 5 minutes. We were like,
That's usually that's why I refrain from being a stripper on my vacations.
yeah,
I go,
listen, I highly recommend it at least once in your life.
to be a stripper on your
I
vacation.
used to be a Chippendale back in the day.
Are you lying?
No fucking way.
I was like, I need to
Our
know
eyes
about
got
this.
so big, we were like, hold
Magic
on.
You're like, wait a minute.
We need a story about this.
Sorry, I'm not that interesting, but yeah.
Yeah,
So that's
no.
cool. So you guys go on vacations. Where else have you gone?
We've been to Seattle. We
That's
go
on
on
vacation.
we go on writing
That's
trips
not
all the time, which is not really a vacation, but also a fun time.
We did go to Temecula once, and as soon as we got there, a horse ate her car.
All right, we need
Like,
a lot
not-
of explaining. There's a lot to explain.
How
there. Go
big
ahead.
was this horse?
It was a horse.
Were you
like
driving a
large
matchbox?
horse.
What the fuck?
His name is Dylan.
Oh yeah, I forgot his name.
Oh, I will never forget that horse's name. We pulled up her. She drives her favorite color is red. She drives a red sports car. And as soon as we pulled in, there were like, I guess the people lived on this property.
But we were like in the
And
guest house, like staying above this
As
barn.
we were driving up, the horse was out of its stable. So it was just wandering around the property.
Pasture. That's what we call it. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. We thought this was so cute. We're like, oh my God, he's greeting us.
It
This
like
is
stuck
adorable.
its head in the window and was saying hi. And then as we're bringing our shit up, we look out the window and it just has its mouth over the hood of her car.
What was it? The clown from It, or like it was just?
It was,
It was like a snake jaw
raping.
just.
Hiya, Hannah.
Well, I looked.
Do you want to play a game?
I look down and I go, I feel like it looks silver. My car looks silver and not red, like all over the top of it. And I was like, that's weird. Is that a glare? Like we gotta go out here. So we went out and it literally had like bit the frame, like right above the door too, like chomped on it. I just got this car at like 2,000 miles on it and fucking scraped its way all the way from the hood all the way back to the gas tank. So it was like $7,000 of damage. And then the people were so fucking weird that they were trying to not pay for it. They were like begging me about it. They were like, please.
What about insurance, though?
Well, it was, they didn't want to pay their deductible for their insurance, essentially.
I guess I thought your insurance would pay for it, and then they'd go after them, or I don't know.
I don't know if they cover horse-eating car damages.
Yeah. It was their house insurance that had to cover it. But also these
was it like an Airbnb type of situation?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and they also had 3 different dogs, and I'm a dog lover.
Yeah.
These dogs broke into our Airbnb every single morning.
Yeah, they would bust open the door, and one of them had like this crazy wound that was like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was disgusting. Sutures, bleeding, like it got attacked by a wolf or something. I was just kind of grossed out.
Wow,
by it,
way
honestly.
to bring the podcast down.
Anyway, the horse thought
Okay.
the horse thought her car was an apple. Yeah. Thank you, hot producer Sean.
Hot producer Sean. In the booth. Sean in the booth. Wow, you guys, I mean, that's pretty wild.
It sounds like you guys have a lot of fun together and love each other.
That's because we say let's.
But
There's always a but.
what do you guys not like about each other? There's got to be something that
Why'd you put your drink down? She goes, all right, bitch.
she's like, I've been waiting for this moment.
I already know.
There's got to be
Justin.
something you guys like. There's an ick about one of you to each other. Like,
I want to know about Hannah's first.
Your smile is scaring me.
She's ready.
she's teed up for this.
She's
Like,
ready. I don't.
Say whatever you want.
I don't know what my
No,
ick
Kay
is about
start.
you.
Kay
I know.
start.
Yeah, you start because
Because then Hannah-
I'm too nice of a person to pick an ick.
Does this turn
Yeah.
into couples therapy?
Maybe.
Okay, well, actually, now I'm going to change mine because you just said that.
So there's multiple.
Yeah. Mine is that I think that Hannah is too nice when she should not be to a lot of people. She doesn't, well, she's getting better, I will say. She's getting much better and working on herself with boundaries with people because everyone loves her. She loves everyone. So she has a lot of friends, but that eats away at you sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, you can't be there for everyone all the time, especially maybe some of the people that she's friends with don't really benefit her. I think in some ways. And if she was being honest, she would also agree. But yeah, but she can't get rid of people. She doesn't get rid of people.
How old are
Like,
you, Hannah?
26.
Okay.
Yeah.
See,
It might come with age, perhaps.
I think my entire life I've always been also too nice, and what I used to do is I used to say I put people here and they work their way down rather than put people here and work their way up. The older you get, though, you start realizing you get shit on doing that, and people burn you. So you kind of gotta be like
Find the middle ground.
find a middle ground of like trust. But
Yeah.
it's not I understand why that could be a problem. But
I mean, I'm exactly the opposite. I put people here and then they have to like
Work their
prove
way up.
themselves. And I also have like really crazy intuition. So I feel like I can always tell when people are lying to me or people want something from me. So I'm like less trustworthy, I think, when it comes to
This is true.
I feel that a lot. I've had to, as I've gotten older, kind of like filter people out more of like who's coming into my life that's new. Like I have to really hold them at arm's length for a while before I allow them to get close. And even when they get close, I become very like, I used to be the person that would give them a million chances of like always making an excuse, like, you know, whatever, it's fine, blah, blah, blah. But then now I've become more like unapologetic in a way of like, if you fuck up, you're out. Like I don't need more friends.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
It's
I'm
tough.
working on it.
I mean,
it's a really
it
hard
took me
thing.
20 something years to
I don't know.
get to this point. Like,
I thought
get
you were
it.
mean when I first met you, so
Oh,
think you're
yeah,
doing
I'm
great.
sure.
Thank you so much.
I'm just kidding.
But sometimes you just need someone who's like the opposite of you, like us.
No,
you
that's
know, we
good.
make like because then I'm the one who can say, okay, we were making this excuse for this person, but let me tell you about X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 3 that also adds to this one thing.
That's some
like it's
anchor
not
shit.
just this one thing. Like
good.
This is also probably why I don't have any icks for her, because I learn from her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, how can I make myself better? It's like I always call her for advice.
That's not what you told me when she was in the bathroom.
Shit.
well, this
You were
is
supposed
just
to keep
like
that between us.
at my birthday 2 years ago, I've always wanted people to roast me so bad. Like I would fucking live for people to roast me, and none of my friends would do it. They were like, we don't have anything to say. And I'm like, you must, please roast me. And no one would do it. So
Roasting, I feel like, is different than the ick.
We can do it right now.
yeah,
if you
but
want.
I would use the icks
Been
to
waiting for
roast. That's how I would build the
That's fair,
jokes.
that's fair, that's
You know what I mean?
So
I don't know. You tell
sounds
me.
Like, it sounds like
Do you like
anchor.
roasts?
I'm just saying, like, I feel like roasts are like something that you pinpoint about someone that maybe kind of bothers you, and then you just make it funny.
Roasts are delicious. I love making.
I do
all
like
types of
roasts.
I agree.
All types of roast. Pork
Oh,
roast,
sorry. Making fun of people. Wrong roast.
Yeah.
beef roasts.
Beef roast, pork roast.
Let's go back to those. I
Ham
love
roasts.
roasts.
But you're really not
Right.
going to say anything?
You gotta have something.
Yeah, you got to say something about her. I mean,
not-
yours was kind of
Anna,
also like.
Anna, do you not like the color red?
I love the color red. That's the.
You're
that's
looking
the
at me like
sad
you're
thing.
scared for your life right now.
Am I?
You're like, please move on from this topic. I don't want to have the
What's
truth
an,
come out.
what's an ick? What's an ick of yours?
Go ahead.
Were you going to say that mine was too tame?
Yours
Is
was
that
a
what
little
you're gonna-
tame because you also started off with you're like I have something, and then she said something. You're like, all right, I changed my mind.
Okay, well, I had a different.
What was
one
it?
Okay, what's the
originally.
other one?
The other one is with her organizational skills a little bit. Or like scatterbrainness, like staying on. So like, I'll just give you an example. For instance, like if we were working on something, I would say, okay, we have to work on XYZ this week, blah, blah, blah. And then she talks about something that could be like years in the future about like, oh, we got to get like this person who's like a fucking movie star, like on the pod soon or something. And I'm like, okay, but we got to do the to-dos like this week. We can't really be thinking about like, I mean, sure, you can have dreams and stuff, but if like you have to do the steps to get to the dream. And so I'm much more of like, okay, that's cool that we have that, but we have to like figure out how to get there rather than just continuing to talk about the dreams. Because you can never get to the dream if you don't do the fucking work that we have to do now. You know what I mean?
I think it's a good balance because you gotta like. The thing is, you know, like my mom is very optimistic, like too optimistic to a fault, to where
Yeah.
she shoots for the stars, and I think you have to have hopes and dreams where you could feel like you could shoot for the stars. And the longer I've been out here, I was always like that. I'm like, it's gonna happen. This is gonna happen. Like I believe it's true, right? Like positive imagery, all that shit. And then you get your hopes let down a ton, and they don't happen. So then you don't want to create any sort of bitterness. So you start creating a realistic version of that, right?
Right.
Like, I don't know about you guys, but if you're acting and your parents are just like, hey, how'd the audition go? You're like, or how's that thing going? You go, there's a million things that aren't going to happen. They just don't work out. So
Yeah.
it's like, I don't even want to talk about it rather than me going, it's going to work. It's going to work. So you find a nice ground. I feel like you do need to keep the hopes and dreams and the optimism
Yeah.
to keep it alive, to give it the juice, to give it the energy that it needs. But I also think you need to come from a place that's grounded, that's realistic, so you don't get hurt and let down, because
Right.
that's what happens all the time, especially in this business.
What's
Yeah.
the saying? Lower your expectations, you'll never be disappointed.
Yeah.
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 All right, Euphoria. Right? Was that Euphoria? No, that was
God
not
of War.
Euphoria. That was Spider-Man.
Yes.
It's still Zendaya.
But
Yep.
But also, that's why we work really well together, because we have both of those things.
I think it's great.
I saw Hannah light up like the fucking sun.
I
a
know.
second
As
ago.
soon as
You
as soon
figured
as we
yours out.
started talking about planning, just like this used to be a bigger ick of mine. Now I've gotten used to it, and it's actually helped me a lot. But like the meticulous planning, like hour 1, hour 2, hour 3, calendar invite after calendar invite after calendar invite. I used to be like, okay, I get it, I understand, and now I'm like, okay, I can breathe. But that used to be a big ick of mine because I'm very much like last minute, go with the flow energy. Like I'm very flowy. I can flow with anything. However, I've now learned it's like I do need to be a better planner.
Can you flow right now? Do you got any freestyles? Can you drop some bars for us?
Ooh, do you want to hear me rap my band by
Yeah,
12?
hand a banana. Yeah, eating a banana. I'm on it. I can't wait for Santa. Christmas time. All the time on my mind. Yeah. All right, sorry about that. Flows. Drop bars.
That was beautiful.
Yeah. All right, got that.
I want that
writing
sung
my
every
notes,
single
never
year
let
on my
Vinnie
birthday.
freestyle again.
Okay, but also, did you notice how she said the ick, but she didn't even say it's because I do it?
Oh no,
I'm like, what's that? I know I do all the things you were just saying.
I know that is my ick with you.
Yeah,
That's
but
my
but
ick.
then you did say
But
that
it
it helps you.
balances.
Yeah, yeah.
It balances.
Well, okay.
So basically, we love each other, is what we're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting
Yeah.
from. Like
Yeah.
These icks are like icks, but like improved icks.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay. I get
They're
it.
like, we don't want to be better people, but maybe we should be for each other.
It's a very yin and yang relationship I'm getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys both anchor each other in different ways.
Opposites attract.
Unfortunately. No, I'm kidding. Why do you think we're friends?
Mustard and ketchup.
Oh, you
know?
do have a little mustard ketchup vibe.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's
a
our
bright-
branding.
That's a very bright ketchup, though. That's
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's a sriracha.
That's like a
Spicy.
Yeah,
Very
Sriracha
spicy.
ketchup
Ooh,
now?
sriracha's good. It's
Yeah.
delicious.
Loves it.
Well, I have one more thing that's been on my mind. It relates to your younger selves.
I love this.
Ooh. Going back in time.
So we're gonna it's a two-parter. What would your younger self think of you right now? And then the second part is, what would you tell your younger self? And that's could be a very cliche question, but
I love this question.
I feel like you guys have pretty creative, good answers.
She goes, I love this question. I go,
Well, you're over here yucking my yum. Like, come on.
Yuck in my yum.
Yeah.
I love this question because I think little me would be so proud. Like 5-year-old Hannah would be like, yes, go. You did it. You moved to LA. You did everything that you said you were going to do whenever you were 5. So I think she would be really, really proud to see where I am and to see the progress I've made. If I had to give advice to my younger self, it would be like, just stick with it. Keep doing your thing and don't let anybody ever tell you that you can't, because everybody's wrong. Like, listen to yourself. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we all know everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know what's
You know
best for
everything.
yourself in the moment,
True.
but
I have the opposite message. Everybody, don't chase your dreams. They don't happen. They don't come true.
stay where you came from.
Dude.
Go to Pittsburgh.
No. You're right. I go chase the dreams.
Yeah. Go big or go home, baby.
You gotta chase those dreams.
up.
Yeah, you have to.
I feel like we should have ended on Hannah. My younger self would be so pissed at myself right now. Like, my younger self would be like, this is not nearly what you thought you were going to do by this age.
What did
Like,
you think you
you
were gonna
are
do?
a fucking failure. That's what my younger self would say.
What did you think you were going to do?
Yeah. When you were younger, what was your ambition?
I mean, I thought I was going to be like a triple threat, like Britney Spears or some shit, like an actor, singer, dancer. My mom was a professional dancer growing up.
Dude, I would pay for videos of you and like your 8-year-old self, like dancing, like, I wanna stand
I mean, you can find videos of me now doing
Just
that
going,
exact
"I wanna be
same
a
thing.
fucking star."
YouTube.
I will
Cabo
I will send you some of
Oh,
I
Hot producer
perform.
Sean. Hot producer Sean. Can we get that clip inserted right here, please?
Yeah.
Let me just pop up my video.
Yeah. Remember that stripper pole dance we talked about? We have that on video.
all right,
so.
Kate, don't be mad. Okay.
Oh, no. Why are you
So-
saying this?
Just don't be mad. But before we brought you on here, we hit up Hannah and we asked her for some shit that she had on you before you got on, and we're going to play it here on the TV.
Oh, my God. Are you really?
Yeah.
Okay. I love
you
everything
ready?
that I've done. So
There it is.
I'm not embarrassed about
Look at
anything.
that.
All right.
go.
And
Proud.
Boom.
there it is. What'd you think? Just kidding. Your face,
think
though, you're
I'm
like,
snapping.
what? It's like, fuck.
No, honestly,
are sweaty.
I'm such an open book that I'm like, I like people to see me like at my most vulnerable.
Sorry,
if you
just
will.
a couple Eminem aficionados over here while you're
Yeah.
being vulnerable.
She gets it. She's from Michigan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
No, but I really don't get embarrassed that much about like weird shit that I do. But my younger self would be embarrassed by how far I am.
That's by the way, thank you for saying that, because I wanted to ask something similar to that. What is one of the most embarrassing things you've seen for each other?
Ooh, yeah.
Oh. Well, do you want me to finish what I would say to my younger self?
Yes. Sorry. I'm a
Oh,
good
no,
listener.
you're good.
Come on, Vinny.
I'm a good
You're
listener.
good.
thing we have an
stepping
editor.
over my question. Thanks, man.
Sorry.
I would say don't self-sabotage and get arrested like 7 times
Wait,
when
you
you're
did?
younger.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm making note of this. We're
yeah.
coming back to this.
Fuck
after
my
Vinny's
question.
Because It will ruin your life for several years, and you will have to start what you actually wanted to do much later in life than you originally would have been able to if you weren't never having a license or having an ankle tether on or whatever the fuck it might be.
Okay, we're going to have to extend the length of this podcast because what the fuck were you arrested for 7 times? And do I need to be scared?
No, they were just
No, they're just misdemeanors.
Well, what were they? You got to spill the beans.
Well, one of the things, as she talked about, I always have red sports cars. I've been driving since I was 12. And I'm like obsessed with cars. And that was like when Fast and the Furious was like really big. Sick. You know what I mean? And
Sick.
The looks on your faces right now.
I'm enthralled by this.
priceless.
This is
I
awesome.
can't wait to hear all these. Okay,
well, like
so
growing up in Michigan, you ride. I had like a jet ski and a snowmobile and a quad. Like when I was really young, so like you get to know how to drive things, and like it's like thrilling to be able to control something that you know that like if you fuck this up, you could die. I just like that feeling. Weirdly. And so I started organizing street races like in my hometown. And I was the only
You
girl.
started race wars?
Basically.
Not race war, like, you know,
Yeah,
Fast and Furious race war. Okay.
Yeah. I knew what you meant.
Wow.
So how many
That's
times?
bad out of context.
How many
So-
misdemeanors
said
were
yes.
there racing?
The racing was only one misdemeanor because it was, I mean, I got a lot of tickets from that. I actually got my license taken away when I was 15, like my permit before I even got a license because I got pulled over when I was 15. And then so I couldn't get my license till I was 17, but I was still driving, obviously. And so, obviously, but yeah, it was, I think I was going 135 and like a 40 mile per hour, like thing.
Shit goes
Okay,
hard.
Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez.
Also, it's
Family.
like, why did my father give me a turbocharged Mitsubishi Eclipse? Like when I turned, like, what are you expecting?
Well, I'm sure
You know
when he
what I
gave
mean?
it to you, he wasn't like, all right, put the pedal to the metal, babe. He goes, 140 and a 40.
Nobody needs a turbo in their car when they're 16.
You watch
like,
Fast and Furious way too many times
Yeah.
where you go, why did my dad give me a car?
That's how you learn
That
how
I
to
need-
drive.
I
by
have to
watching
go
Fast and
fast.
Furious.
Yeah.
You were both fast.
Your dad did not
and
intend
furious.
for you to
Race
go
everyone.
fucking 1,000 miles. All right, so by the way, you're like you're not really diving into it. We only got one misdemeanor from the driving.
Okay. So then there's these things called MIPs in Michigan. It's like minor in possession or whatever.
Okay.
So I got one of those one time for like
Which is like
hanging
weed
out.
or something.
No, like if you're drinking and you're underage and you
drinking.
get
Oh,
caught,
okay.
you know what I mean? I was like hanging out of a fucking car singing Kesha with like sunglasses on and we got pulled over and then I went to jail.
You shouldn't have. You were listening to Kesha. They should have let you go.
I mean,
I
honestly,
agree.
I'm just going to say the person who was driving was drunk and they got away because their dad
Oh,
was the
wow.
sheriff. So, yeah.
That's shitty.
But they left me there. And then I had to have my ex-boyfriend come get me because I didn't want to tell
bullshit.
my parents. But I have 2 DUIs, but I got them knocked down to like operating while visually impaired. And one time I like
Is that why you took a Razor scooter here?
Hannah picked me up actually. Yeah.
All right, cool.
I have
Dudes.
like
I'm not the one with misdemeanors.
I have like a drunk in public for when I like fell down a bunch of stairs during an era when I didn't like to wear underwear. So I literally flashed everyone my vagina in this fucking stadium. And then
Were you on the Jumbotron when it happened? Or?
Yeah, what the heck?
no, but I did get carried, like, or not carried, but I was in a wheelchair and they like strapped me down.
Jeez.
That's how fucked up I was. And then they were like, you need to go get your stomach pumped at the hospital. And my dad was like, no, I'm just going to bring her home. It'll be fine. And then I jumped out my second story window and tried to walk miles to my boyfriend's house at the time, barefoot. So
Is it cool if I just grab your drink glass over there? If we could just.
yeah.
Why'd you bring that over here?
So which one?
Set it down.
Which one are we on?
I don't know.
I think we're on 5. You have 2 more.
I had a warrant out for my arrest in Florida one time on
Florida?
spring break. Yeah.
Of all places, Florida.
Yeah, how do you get a warrant out for your arrest in Florida?
They feed meth to alligators and they're fine out there. Like, what did you do?
I was in Panama City Beach, as one is for spring break.
I've never been to Panama City Beach.
Well, that's because
Same.
you're from LA and you know that there's way better places to go than that. I'm from the shitty Midwest. West.
Fair.
So
Fair.
that's where
Continue,
everybody
please.
went. Yes. But no, I was like, I got one for like fleeing and eluding, and then also
In Florida?
Yeah, and trespassing on like
Wait,
private
They must have known
property.
you weren't from Florida. That's why
Fleeing
they're
and
pursuing
eluding
it.
what?
I had to.
Like I was running from the cops. They had like busted up this like party or something that I was at, and then I ran into like a private residence and obviously fled.
Every one of these incidents, you were under the influence?
Nah, not when I was street racing.
Street
no.
racing. Okay, but
Yeah.
6 out of the 7.
Yeah.
She's a responsible driver.
Starting to see a
Vinnie.
pattern here.
But they were also from 15 to 21. So like I was a kid.
How old are you
know
now?
what I mean? 33.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we all make mistakes.
Yeah.
It's been over
lot
10
of
years since
growing.
I've been arrested.
What was the?
Do you have your license back now?
Yeah, I got it back. I had to fight for Michigan to like take the hold off of it for years. But I didn't like I've had a license for less time than I haven't had a license, essentially.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow. Do you
So-
feel like you're much more responsible?
In what sense?
Next question.
There's still
And,
there's still Cabo K in there, all right? So we got to be careful.
Okay, wait. You were gonna ask.
so I was- the embarrassing. What,
Oh, yeah.
what is an embarrassing story that you have of each other? And this is interesting because they might not even have thought it was embarrassing. Maybe I don't know, but you go, oh, like an embarrassing story for.
I shattered on my friend's leg when I was drunk once. That was pretty embarrassing.
See, that would be like if I mentioned his embarrassing
That's
story
fucking
is
hilarious.
Tony shorting on his friend. Like, so do you have an embarrassing story for her?
For you that like you did that I would
What's
think was
something
embarrassing?
embarrassing that I've done?
And vice versa. Can you think of any embarrassing stories from Kay? I mean, were you there for any of her fucking incidents?
I've been there for a lot of different antics, and most of them are just her drunk singing with like her titties out.
I
Which
love
she
to
has
show my
no
titties.
idea that
That's
her tits. No,
disgusting.
it's usually whenever you
What bar
don't
were you
have
at?
an idea that your tits are out.
Oh yeah,
Where do you do karaoke?
My friends like to take videos of me when I wear like a lot of shirts that have like holes in them around this area, and they take like a full on video of me not knowing that like my nipple is like out.
She'll be fully just.
But I'm not embarrassed about it. You know,
you have no idea that it's happening.
right? But I'm saying
She's
now I'm not.
fully vibing, just having a good time, putting on a big show, like big performance. Tit hanging out the entire time.
Well, that's why it's
The
a big
entire
performance.
time. And I think it's so glorious. For a second, I might have like a little embarrassment for her, and then I'm like, she doesn't give a fuck.
But then you see
No, I
her
have great
owning
tits.
it.
Are you a good singer?
No,
too,
no,
by the
she's
way?
fully owning
I
it.
am a pretty good singer.
Can you sing for
No,
us?
no, I'm not going to sing. But I will say that me and Hannah, our thing is that we mimic voices of singers together.
Yeah.
So we'll like pick a singer and then we'll try and sing like exactly like them.
Barbra
It's like a little
Streisand.
game that we play.
I also feel like neither of us really ever get embarrassed about each other because we're also just, if either of us is doing something weird, we're like, oh, okay, we can do that. Great. Let's make it fucking weirder.
You've never embarrassed each other?
No, not on purpose, I don't think.
Do you have any embarrassing stories about her? Nothing.
No.
Imagine not being embarrassed.
Yeah, what's that like?
Right.
I'm embarrassed. I go home and get mad at everything that I've said that comes out of my mouth. It's just life of regret.
Yeah, when I was showering this
I mean-
morning, I thought about that one argument I lost when I was in 3rd grade. Like, it still haunts me.
I think I can name stuff that I think is embarrassing that I did, but not that
Yeah, I can
she
name
did.
more so like embarrassing things about myself because I get embarrassed from myself more so than I get embarrassed from other people. Like I don't really get secondhand embarrassment because I'm like, you know what, that's on them.
But it's also like when you really love somebody, that's what you like about them anyways.
Yeah,
The
I
stuff-
love
you know
a
what I mean?
weirdo.
Yeah.
That's true love, I guess.
Yeah.
Never knew it existed.
Yeah.
There it is.
I love weirdos.
In our face. No, okay.
Yeah,
I do too.
Why do you think we're fucking friends, dude?
There it is.
We're both
That's right. I
weirdos.
knew that
Yeah.
would come up.
Also, I feel like in this industry, like you can't, you're a comedian. If you were embarrassed about everything that you did, you would have no material like to use. You know what I mean? Like you have to have, if I was embarrassed about everything I did, I'd have nothing to write about, you know?
I don't know, man. I have more to write about because of the embarrassing shit that I do or say.
It's probably a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, but you're obviously not embarrassed enough to then tell a bunch of strangers.
Oh, yeah. I
You
tell
know?
them all.
Yeah.
See, that's
I tell fucking...
the
I tell,
best way to do it.
I say shit on stage that I wouldn't tell my friends. That's
I
how
feel
sad I am.
that sometimes.
That's how I'm dying for people's gratification. Like I want to be accepted here. Here's a secret.
Yeah.
Here's my insecurity, my chicken ankles. Look at my chicken
I
ankles.
think they're great ankles.
And then I just talk about it on stage, but I normally wouldn't tell people.
Well, I mean, it's impersonal to do it that way because really they can't really respond. You know what I mean? I mean, they can heckle you, sure, but like there's not like a conversation that's going to be
but they're
had.
complete strangers, so I have to be on stage and go, this is what's going on. And then like I have to be vulnerable about it and I'm going to start crying.
Please don't. I hate watching people cry. It makes me so uncomfortable.
Road goes.
I hate both.
Do you like that I matched your voice?
Started off with Enya.
So much.
Yeah. Hannah's singing for me.
So anyways, congrats on you guys never getting embarrassed. You got arrested 7 times.
Okay,
You're
there's
like,
gotta be-
I don't care.
There's gotta
It
be like
happens.
regrets. Like what's something you wish you would have said?
God, a million things.
Something that keeps you up at night because you didn't say it.
Everything keeps
Oh,
me up at
okay. Honestly, a lot of things keep me up at night. Of things that
Okay,
I
we're talking about
could
things that
have
you
said.
didn't. Okay, there you go.
See, it's
Yeah.
the opposite for me. I get kept up at night from the things that I said.
night. Oh yeah, true. True. That happens to me too.
Fuck, man. I overthink things way too much.
I mean, yeah, I do the same.
And
Except it's more so things that I don't say.
I think the problem with me, which we kind of talked about at at our podcast when you came on, is that like I notice things about people way too much. So like if I said something to you and I saw like your eye like flit to a certain way or something, I will have a track of you doing that like while I'm trying to go to sleep, being like, oh my God, this motherfucker thought that was weird that I said that. I should have said something else. Or like, you know, if you like react, and it could have been, you could have saw a bird or something. Like, I don't know.
What's the
you know?
track in your head for me?
So your hat?
What are you going to take home?
I'm going to probably take you doing Adam Sandler, but yeah.
It could be worse. It could be
Yeah.
worse, Vinny. It could be worse.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
But I'm saying like in a moment where I didn't know if you like vibed with me or something. You know what I mean?
We vibe?
Oh no, I'm not. I'm using
I
this as
thought
an
we were
example.
friends, Kate.
You know,
Using
the
this as
thing.
an
What the
example.
What do you mean? I just get mad. Get the fuck out of here.
It's over.
Anyway,
It's
guys,
over.
this was so much fun.
yeah, we have to go. No, but it's like I have like a photographic memory. So like I feel like my remembering of things is always too much. That's what I think about later.
Yeah.
I can confirm she does this because I'll get text the next day of like, was I weird in that situation or did I do something wrong? Do you think that they liked me or am I overthinking?
And then I'll literally say every single movement that person made. But I also will remember exactly what you guys are wearing today,
That's
like
impressive.
whatever. So
I have a terrible memory, so kudos to you.
With you. I can't remember like
I have bad
faces that people have made and the different actions that they've done while talking to someone. So I'm like,
yeah. Also, I'll come up with like if I'm in an argument with somebody, I'll come up with an entire rebuttal like while I'm supposed to be going to sleep, and then be like, I should have fucking said this. And I'm like looking up facts and stuff, like I
Getting in
could've
imaginary
referenced this.
fights.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We love an imaginary.
What
fight.
about you, Hannah? What are some of your regrets? What are your regrets? Not saying.
regrets. Not saying.
Yeah.
Let's see. I feel like we just had this conversation on the way here because I've been having an issue with a certain person that I live with, not the one that you know, a different one. Where
Your dog?
Shocked you're actually saying this. Abby.
yeah, he's not gonna listen to this, and if he does, then it's fine because we're gonna have a conversation whenever I get home. But
Spicy.
I feel like I
Drinks
plan
tea.
it.
Sip.
Get your sip.
Anyway,
Get your sip.
yeah, I'll talk shit. I don't care. Why? Because these are things I should have said.
True. It is,
Yeah.
and I will
topic.
support that.
Staying on
No,
topic.
because I think of things within my head after an argument is already done where I'm like, fuck, why didn't I bring that up? Or why wasn't I more in tune with myself or a little bit more confident to be like, no, like what you're doing is not fucking okay. Or like, hey, maybe do this differently or like clean the fuck up after yourself or something. Anyway, I
you
just
think
have
that's because
internalized conversations with myself in my head with different arguments of things that I could be fighting with people about.
Right.
But I just don't ever
Yeah.
make the fight happen.
What you can't do though is you got to learn knowing like you're Mrs. Nice Girl. You have to learn to, what happens is you let that shit build up. You can't be passive aggressive and then you explode. So you have to allow yourself to be honest. That's what I've gotten better at. I'm being more honest about things that I do and don't like, or if just being honest in general about it, because you don't have to suppress things, right? And then they aren't a big deal. You go, hey man, and I'm a comedian, so I like to deflect. I make jokes, like if it's a sad situation, I'll make jokes as a defense mechanism, right?
Yeah.
And if it's something that bothers me or whatever, I'm gonna make a joke. I'm gonna be like, "You gonna fucking clean this place up, or are we living in a barn?" You know, something like whatever. Like, holy shit, what are you trying to collect flies? What's going on? Put your dish in the washer, rather than be like, "You're not cleaning. You're fucking dirty." Like, just make a joke. Be like, Jesus, how dirty do you want to be, you fucking piece of shit? I don't know. Whatever the joke is.
No, that's what I'm gonna have to start doing.
Just start making jokes. Be like, hey, I didn't know you were collecting flies.
Yeah.
Like, put your dishes in the dishwasher.
Right.
And then, rather than making it a big deal, right? Because I feel like a lot of
yeah.
people make things bigger deals than they need to be.
I don't like being a passive aggressive person at all. It's not in my demeanor. So this is helpful. I'm going to have to start making jokes.
But also we talk even on like our podcast, we have like a segment called She's a Bitch about like female characters.
Subtle.
Yeah, that like people find bitchy like in film and TV. And I think like part of you sometimes maybe not being direct or speaking up is just like conditioning.
Oh,
that
for
like,
sure.
you know, we have to be nice and polite, and otherwise we're seen as like, you know, overly emotional and like hysterical.
The older you get, the less you stop giving a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind
stop
of
giving-
where I'm at. That was the conversation on the ride over here. I looked at her and I was like, you know what? I'm fucking done.
Yeah.
I'm done being nice.
Just the thing is, you don't want to end up cynical or bitter. Like
No. That's also not in my demeanor at all.
Yeah.
Like,
That's why I had anger issues when I was younger, because I mean that goes more deep into me not liking therapy when I was younger and all that stuff. But I would hold things in, and it would get to points where like the smallest things would just like that would be it. That would tick me off. That would set that bomb off that I've been holding in for like months and just like explode on like my family, my sister, my dad, just scream at them about a minor inconvenience when in reality it was everything that I've been holding in, and like, you know.
You're so lucky that you grew up in LA and they actually believed that therapy was like a thing.
Yeah.
Oh
could
no,
do.
it wasn't. It was court ordered therapy when my
Oh,
parents got
shit.
divorced, and the therapist blamed the divorce on me and my sister. So I didn't.
The therapist?
Yes.
That
This
I
seems
did
like
not know.
malpractice.
That's why I was against therapy for one of the longest times, and then not until
Yeah, because you
last
didn't
year-
do anything.
Exactly, and not until last year or the year prior, I don't remember. I just talked to a general counselor just about like my anxiety that I was having, and I'm like, oh wait, I could talk to a professional and they give me sound advice and don't blame me for things like how I thought it was. Because I had the mindset this whole time of this like, why would you pay all this money for a therapist who gives you this like base level advice when you have friends that you surround yourself with like give you honest advice? Like it doesn't make sense. Like it seems like a waste of money. Like you're uncomfortable talking to a stranger, which that was again before I realized therapy isn't like you just pay someone, say, hey, I want a therapist, and it's the person. Like you have to find the right therapist for you to be, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know where I was going
Well,
with
that's ridiculous.
Wow.
that.
that's
That was my.
No wonder why you hate
I have
therapists.
many questions about this, but we don't have to talk about them.
No, but you're right. That's
You know?
actually
Part two.
I've heard that a million times, and I watched that in Stutz,
Yeah.
where they say you want your friends to listen, and you want your therapist to give you advice, and it's the opposite. Your fucking dumb friends give you advice, and the therapist just sits there and listens, and you're like, "Are you gonna say anything?
Yeah.
You're fucking staring at me.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm giving you so much shit. Give me advice."
It's their job to make you reflect on how you're feeling.
Yeah, because then you end up figuring out what you
I know
needed
how I'm
to know all
feeling.
along.
I feel like shit. That's why I'm here at the fucking therapist.
Tell me about it.
How are you feeling?
and how does that actually make you feel?
Ooh,
Are you just
sounds like-
projecting?
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm fine.
Something more light, perhaps.
When have you felt most
So-
alive?
Oh my God.
Ooh. Oh, anytime Gimme a Man After Midnight comes on.
Abba.
Yeah, thank you.
What's that?
Thank you.
Hot producer.
Songs of all time.
Hot producer Sean.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just put that in.
Greatest band of all time. Gimme
Put a
a
couple
Man After
seconds in.
Midnight. Won't somebody help me chase the shadows away? No? It's incredible.
Wait,
Have you ever
are
watched the
Are you
movie
saying
Mamma
that you
Mia?
don't know what it is? Is that what's happening?
No, what's the song?
I'm bewildered.
What's it
right
called?
now.
Hot Man After Midnight? What's it called?
Give me a man after midnight.
Do you know
by
who ABBA is? Your
Guys,
history is lacking.
Do you know the song Dancing Queen?
yeah.
That's-
That
ABBA.
band. ABBA.
Yeah.
It's
I know
another song
ABBA.
by them.
Well, how's it go?
Gimme a man after midnight. Won't somebody help me chase the shadows away?
I knew what it was. I just wanted to hear her sing it.
Did you really?
No, I'm
You
just
play
kidding.
her?
So, all right, cool. That's
Oh,
great.
that's your answer?
Yeah, that's my answer.
By the way, just random side notes. So you guys dating anybody? Real fast answers.
no.
It could be no.
No.
No?
Yeah,
Okay.
a little bit, kind of, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. And have you ever had to like wingman each other, wingwoman each other? I don't know what
That's
the term.
all we do.
Like,
yes,
like
always.
and
Yes.
And you're both single.
just so many questions there. I'm like,
going well.
There's a million questions. It's like, have you guys ever liked the same guy, or did you guys or
Ooh, I have a
girl? I don't
funny
know.
story about
I shouldn't assume what you're into.
Same guy, same
Are you
girl.
guys
married?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Married,
gay,
several
straight?
kids.
What, or how do you?
I'm straight. She is bisexual.
Okay.
Yeah, I like a little bit of everything.
Ooh,
Yeah.
what's up,
Yeah.
girl? The world is your oyster.
Story you're gonna say.
Yeah.
The world
As
is
long
your-
as they're aesthetically pretty, then I like them.
Ooh.
She likes pretty
she,
people.
I love
she
that.
loves aesthetic.
I do. I always say it's less about like what the person was given at birth. So like less about like how their actual body looks and more about like the art of what they choose to put on their body.
Do you like fashion?
I love fashion. I love makeup. I love piercings. I love tattoos. Just like how you present yourself to the world is like important to me and sexy, you know?
So you guys have different tastes?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your type?
Yeah,
I love
we
how you
have
guys
Hannah, what's your
very-
type, Hannah?
Do you okay?
We just-
do you
we
want?
just got
I feel
Kay's
like
type.
Can
I
I
feel
can
like
I tell
Kay-
you? Wait, can you tell my type and I'll
That's what
tell
I
you?
was gonna say.
Yes,
Do that,
I
do
knew
that.
it.
So if it's women that you're going for, she usually goes for women that look like her. I don't know
wanna fuck
why
myself.
yeah. She really does. That's why
That
I got
checks
her.
out.
This is why I got her a vibrator for her birthday, so she.
I know,
could fuck
and it's
herself.
red.
I
I was
already
just
knew.
say,
I
was
was
it red?
It was red.
Yeah.
It is red. And then for men, she really likes a femme guy. So like anybody who's a little bit more feminine, who dresses really, really well, who like knows their shit whenever it comes to fashion. Just she loves a femme man.
Fuck, I should have worn
And
my
I think
skinny
it's
jeans.
because she is more so attracted to women.
Okay. Okay, would you say that checks out?
Yeah.
do you
yeah.
find Hannah attractive?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. I find
was gonna
all my
say,
friends
bitch, you better find me
attractive. Otherwise,
attractive.
they're not really my friends.
Only have hot
Ooh,
friends.
wow.
Yeah.
We only raise 10s in this house.
That's it. Okay,
friend but dimes.
I'm so excited to say Hannah's type.
Oh yes.
Unless you have a question for me.
No. Please,
Okay.
please.
Okay, Hannah's
Can't wait to
type
hear this.
is like the most basic dude you've ever seen. Like the standard, like all American, like he looks like he could be in Friday Night Lights or something. Like just tall, usually Caucasian for the most part, but you know, she dabbles, but just like mousy, not like a hair color, but like you don't know what hair color it is. It could be brown, it could be like blonde. You have no idea. You know what I mean? It's never like jet black or like white. You know, it's like in between the colors. Usually dresses very plain, wears like the same outfits all the time.
Why'd you point at Vinnie for that one?
I went like this.
In his
okay. I mean, honestly,
I think you have good style, Vinnie. Don't worry.
I never said that.
If I could, I like Sandler is my fucking idol. Minus his movies, it's the fact that he dresses whatever the fuck he wears.
Okay, but
whatever he wants.
that's a style.
I wear.
That's a style.
I am like starting to wear sweatpants on stage, which is a big no-no. But I don't give a fuck. I just like to be comfortable. You know, like you ever see like a grandpa wearing like you ever see somebody old and you're like, what the fuck are they wearing? Are those like breakaway pants and sandals and like a weird shirt? And then I just go, they just want to be comfortable.
Dude, athleisure is in.
I love
Athleisure is
comfortable.
in.
If I could be in PJs and sweatpants for the rest of my life, I fucking swear to God.
That's
do
basically what
love
I
PJs.
do every single day of my life.
I just changed out of my Hanukkah PJs just for this.
You should have
You
showed
know?
up in the
just
Hanukkah
worn them.
PJs.
I know I should have. My cat has a matching pair.
Hanukkah PJs?
Yeah.
Ooh,
You
sick.
can put clothes
Are you
on your
Jewish, by the
cat.
way?
No. I just love Jews.
That's gonna be clipped. Clip that. Clip that.
No.
I just love Jews. I appreciate their family dynamics that they usually have.
Okay,
when I was
so-
growing up, I always wanted to be Jewish for that reason.
So
Do you celebrate
just for
Hanukkah?
hold on. I just want to close this tie real quick before we go into your religious views. And
No, we don't need to.
So your type is yourself,
Yeah.
and your type is basic.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Okay, but can I?
I'm
Neat
curious
bow.
about the Mousy though. Where did Mousy come from?
Like
Because
Mickey Mouse
haven't you
boyfriend?
ever
Is that
heard
what
of
you're
like mousy hair before, where it's not really like one color or the other? It's like mousy.
Oh, okay, got
That's
it.
what I'm talking about.
I'm learning
Yeah.
so much right now. No, I've never
Wow.
heard of that.
Really?
I've heard like dirty blonde.
That's kind of like a mousy color. Yeah.
So would
Yeah.
you
Never heard it
consider
described
Hannah's
that way.
hair mousy?
No, she has an ombre. Stylized.
Ombre. Okay, fair.
Stylized.
It's really just
Okay.
my roots need done.
Okay, but I have a funny story about the thing that you asked, where if we ever like the same person. I wouldn't say that we ever like the same person, but I will say that the same person has liked us.
Whoa.
At the same time?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Just the other night, actually, in fact, a couple 4 nights ago. We went to a party, or a birthday party, I guess you would say it was.
Yeah.
And I had met this dude who I was talking to about like dying and all sorts of, light stuff at the bar.
yeah, great icebreaker.
You know what I mean?
You're afraid of death.
Okay, but that's like my
that your
thing.
opener?
Like I like to have like really wild conversations with people at the bar. That's like attractive to me. You know what I mean? Not just like, what do you do?
Do you open
Like,
up with that? Are you like, how do you want to die? Nice to meet you.
No, but maybe I should.
That's how I'm gonna start conversations.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, anyways, this guy, he was like kind of relatively cute, kind of basic, but like I just wanted to have sex. You know what I mean? It was like one of those.
You're on the
nights.
prowl.
Yeah. Yeah. It didn't really matter that he dressed basic. So anyway,
You
so
sacrificed your standards for that night.
Keep
Okay,
in
got
mind.
you.
yes.
Keep in mind, I've known this guy for at least like a year and a half
Oh,
now.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Okay. Now continue.
Okay. So anyway, so I'm like, okay, are we fucking tonight or what? So he literally
You said that?
No, but I'm thinking in my head. You know what I mean?
Been an alpha move. That'd been great.
I mean, honestly, so he brought me home. Like, I was like, hey, can you drop me off like in your Uber or whatever? Because I lived right down the street. So he brings me to my house. I just grabbed his face and we started making out. And then when I got out without saying a word and was like, have a good night, whatever. And then I texted Hannah and I was like, I just made out with this guy on the way home. I should have probably just went home with him. And she was like, yes, you should have. Here's his number. Text him. So I was like, okay, cool. Maybe I'll go over there. So I texted him and I was like, hey, I don't even know. I said like something flirty or whatever.
Now,
and
what'd
then
you say? You have a great memory. I know. I remember this.
Yeah.
So don't fucking lie to
Pull
me.
up
can't
the
get away with
receipts.
it.
he was ordering food. Yeah, I know exactly what I said.
What'd you say?
He was ordering food and I said, what did you order me?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, play a girl.
Look at that.
I'm a writer, bitch. I can flirt. And so I said, what did you order me? And he was like, K? Question mark. And I'm like, yeah. And I can't remember what I said, but he was like, you should have just came home with me.
He said K, but he was actually referring, he goes, ketamine.
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
Special K. Is that you? But he was like, you should have just came home with me. And I was like, I know. Why didn't you say something? And he was like, I don't know. I thought about it after the fact. I'm like, yeah, after my tongue was in your mouth. Sure. And so then I said, okay, well, what is your address? I'll see how much you're worth to me. Like to see like if it was worth the Uber over there.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden he was typing for a very long period of time. And I was like, that's weird. Literally I changed out of my outfit and put on different lingerie to like go to this motherfucker's house. I like crotchless underwear.
yeah.
Like I was ready.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? The Fenty was on. And so then he literally texts me and he goes, I don't know if this is weird, but I also kind of want to hook up with Hannah. Like, would that be strange?
Wait,
Yes,
was
it would be fucking
Was he
strange.
asking for a threesome? What was that question?
No, I think he was saying like, if we hook up, I just want you to know that I also want to hook up with like your best friend. Would that be weird? Like, would you still want to hook up with me? Like, but it was just the wrong thing to just lie to me, you idiots.
yeah.
You know what I
So-
mean? Like,
At this point, we're also on FaceTime.
we're on a
with each
FaceTime
other.
together as he's texting me, by the way. And literally I was like, yeah, probably. And he was like, oh, sorry. And I texted him a screenshot of the FaceTime and I go, by the way, as you're talking to me.
What a sleazeball to go, yeah, I want to fuck you and your friend. That cool?
Yeah.
Like, if he would have offered at the same time, then at least it would have made more sense.
Wait, have you guys ever had a threesome together?
No.
No, not together.
Is it on your bucket list?
Oh, wait, not together?
Not together.
So you've had threesomes.
I'm
okay.
bi, of course.
Yeah, but she's not.
I'm not bi, but I have had threesomes.
With guys or girl guy? How's that?
Or girl guys.
Both were a
Or
girl
girl
and a
guys.
guy.
Girl, was it? Girl and
was
guy?
It you,
Girl and guy.
was it you going into another couple's relationship, or is it just like,
No, this was just both kind of whim.
fuck it, let's happen? Let's
Yeah.
do it like
Wow.
that? Neat.
Yeah.
Super
I've done
neat.
several different things. The best is when you just have like 3 friends who are like, we're kind of attracted to each other, but have no like relation to each other.
That's me, Tony, and Sean,
The
actually.
homie gauntlet.
I knew
Yeah.
it.
I
God, I thought so. I
We
felt
wanted to do a
that.
podcast.
You guys were cleaning up a lot in here before we got here. I noticed.
You haven't been invited to our Jello
Guys were
parties.
Ooh.
I call it the
Okay,
homie
then we
gauntlet.
have to invite them to our pudding party.
Yeah.
Sounds sticky. I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I call that the homie gauntlet, like what you were saying.
Sounds sticky.
No, you have attractive friends. Y'all make out. Y'all do stuff. And you add each friend to the homie gauntlet.
And then it's fine.
Exactly.
But it's a different thing. I have like invited one of my friends to have a threesome with somebody that I was interested in, and I thought that I was okay with it at the time, and then it was not okay with it afterwards. Like
Guess
it
you
was
never know
weird.
until you try.
Yeah.
I've left a threesome like mid threesome at one point because he wouldn't stop talking about Mad Men.
Talking? What is he talking during the fucking thing?
Wow.
No,
dude.
I got up, got dressed, and I was like, I'm gonna leave. You guys have fun.
I
can't
totally
deal with this
thought. I totally
conversation
thought.
anymore.
I totally thought you were gonna say I got up and left because like I felt like they were more into each other and not paying attention.
That's
to
what
them.
I thought.
Yeah, but
he just wouldn't stop talking about Mad
television.
Men.
Is he nervous? Like, why is
Yo,
he talking about Mad
Just talking,
Men?
he's like, by the way, in episode 4 of season 3,
I've actually left threesomes before because they weren't talking about Mad Men enough.
Right.
Damn.
see, I think
Well,
you guys got your contacts.
I'll send you this
switched,
guy's number.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
probably trying to like be John Hamm.
That's
'cause he has
exactly
a
what he
huge
was
dick.
trying to do.
So he
That's
was like,
so
let me talk
weird.
about Mad Men to like
It was
get
a
into
very
it.
interesting time.
Yeah, that's very strange.
Honestly, still hilarious. And then my friend who I had the threesome with went on a date with him after, and I was like, "Go off, Queen."
Told you
That's
because they were vibing.
Whatever.
they were vibing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not
Okay.
vibing.
Yeah. So we don't like the same people, but they like us is the moral of the
What's
story.
there not to like?
I know.
By the way, you guys are very cool. You're very interesting, both in your own ways. I like the fact that you both are completely different people on so many levels, but you guys get along really well. I see it, and I like that.
It's unique,
It is
Yeah.
cool.
See
It
us
is
on
very
vacation
unique. It's not
together.
like
especially in LA. It's very unique.
yeah.
You got to be unique.
Yeah,
If you want to be known.
I think it's
I know.
if you want to be known.
After I said it, I was like, I'm writing this
That
down.
was the excited. I know.
I know. It's a line. It's a line. It's going somewhere.
You guys have a lot of fun together, though. Yeah,
yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
Do you guys have a lot of fun together?
No, I
Yeah.
hate this guy. I mean,
don't know
yes.
That was pretty fucked up, Tony. Look at Vinny.
It's called
What you
honesty,
did to
Hannah.
him.
He does hate
So
me.
wait,
He texts me in the morning. I hate you.
Yeah,
I think that Tony is you and I'm Vinny.
Yeah.
checks
Yeah.
out.
You two are the same.
Yeah.
Me
Yeah.
and Hannah, then you and Kay.
Even though
Yeah.
the two from Pittsburgh.
I feel like
Gotta
yeah.
break up.
Yeah,
the
I'm
Pittsburgh
talking about.
crew.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm talking about like the personalities more.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
If we were talking about co-host wise,
I could see that.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
we'll just keep saying yeah.
Sexy
Let's just
Sean.
keep
I was
saying yeah.
sexy
I
Sean.
was
what do you
counting in my
think?
pocket
what
how
are your
many
thoughts?
times I could say
What are your
yeah.
thoughts?
Yeah.
On who's who?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's very accurate.
Yeah.
I think that's,
Yeah.
I think it's very.
Except I've had
Boom, it's
This
very-
yeah
it's the
is
plain
killing
she's
me.
Wearing, it's the plain Mike she's wearing. Look,
I just
the
haven't-
colors on the top. It's really great. And you know, I think the straight line, boom, 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 real great connection.
Straight
I'm here. I connect right with the
We have a
cameras.
connection.
Sexy Sean's got the cameras. We love
Sean
it.
at the
Yeah.
hot.
See,
He
hot
always
producer
says
Sean.
sexy instead of hot, and I love it.
Sexy
Yeah.
Sean.
We're just
Well,
saying
If
it.
you want to do it's
Vocalizing.
alliteration,
Okay,
sexy
got it.
Sexy Sean.
Terrific Tom, voluptuous Vinny, you know?
Voluptuous Vinny. Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, what's Tony's?
Terrific Tony.
Terrific. Oh,
I'll take
you're
terrific.
Voluptuous though.
Terrific.
What's Hannah's?
We are super similar, minus the fact that I've only been arrested
Take it.
0 of 7 times.
What's K's?
You know what? For the last 30
Ketamine K.
I knew it was coming. No, I knew it was coming.
Special K.
So I've been running the world.
Oh.
I can't find any K's that are like positive.
Hey,
Positive?
okay, I got you.
K words.
Every kiss begins with K.
You have to so kiss K. You have to say like two.
Kiss.
You know that tune, don't you?
Of course, K Jewelers. I own it. It's my
Queen
store.
with a K.
Can I borrow a loan?
Queen K.
Kween. Yeah, Queen K.
Queen K.
Clean.
Queen.
Clean.
Queen.
Tony loves
I am.
the voices.
I'm very
yeah. I was like, aren't you?
Yes, I'm Greek and Italian.
Wait.
You want to make fun of my heritage, sexy Sean? Come on.
Jesus.
Hey.
Hey.
3 Italians.
Yeah.
Balls.
Guys, this has been awesome. It's really, just get out.
Just end on
We're
threesomes.
outta
You know what I
here,
mean?
yeah.
While we're
Yeah.
ahead.
Just ended on a threesome.
But for real,
I guess should we say like, can you? I know this is so corny, but I love doing this. 3 words to describe the other person.
Oh, fuck.
I like doing.
All these people
love-
here?
No. You too.
You too. It's about you guys.
I love doing this shit. Do you
You go.
would you like to go first? Or would you like me to
And you don't have much time to think. You have 10 seconds.
creative, confident,
Ooh,
and bold.
I like it.
Adventurous.
Ooh.
That's kind of the same as adventurous. Bright. And
3,
straws.
2.
I was going to say spontaneous, but I feel like that's the same fucking thing. Young.
Ooh,
Ooh,
I love those.
I'll take
Young
it.
spirit.
You've
I'll
actually,
take it.
yeah, that's. Yeah, we're not going to do that question anymore.
What?
I'm kidding.
I was like, what?
Anyway, we got nothing from that.
Hated your answers.
No. You guys are awesome. I hope your podcast
you
is a big
guys.
success like ours.
Yeah, you want to
We're really striving to be like you guys.
right. You want to come on?
Yeah, I would love to. I would love for you guys to come to a comedy show sometime too.
Would love that.
I mean, like,
I got
are
nothing
you
cool
going
to
to be
offer, sorry.
performing or no?
We went to Josh.
Probably not.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's the only way I'll come.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. Kay. You ball-busted son
I'm
of a
setting you
bitch.
up. I'm setting you up.
No I knew you were doing it.
Well, that's
So-
why you're a comedian.
We're gonna be friends, all of us, and I hope you guys keep your friendship going.
We have no
Yeah.
choice. We have a
Stay
podcast
tight.
together now. So.
It's true.
Fuck,
true.
I'm stuck with Vinnie. Is that
Yeah,
what
you're.
that means?
Yeah, you guys are
Yeah,
forever
but we're more than
bonded.
friends. We're lovers too. So
Oh my God! Yeah, we did just say the best threesomes are with your friends. So
yeah.
We might have to test out that theory now that we've said it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
Now the
either.
podcast is getting interesting.
All right, this is My+One After Hours edition.
Do you
It
guys want
means
to
my
only
plus
talk
one
about
with a threesome.
yeah, my +3. No, let's go.
My plus 2.
before you guys take off socials?
Yeah, you want to plug your socials, your podcast, anything that you got going on?
Yes. So our podcast is called She Said Let's. And it is on everywhere that you listen to podcasts. And on Instagram, we are at OCS Productions as well as TikTok. You can see Tony's shit on there as well if you love him, which you probably do if you're listening to this.
As you should.
I'm at K Broach at everything.
And I am at Hannah Horwatt on everything. Just remember the prostitute and the light bulb.
Yeah. And if you need to hire anyone to act in anything, hire Hannah. And if you need to hire
anybody to
anyone to
write
write
anything,
anything, hire me. You know? More than the socials is what we're going for.
Oh, I like that.
Ooh.
I
This
love
is
it.
how you get shit done.
Thank you
You know?
guys.
Thanks for being on it.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for having us on. You guys are fucking great.
And thanks for everybody for tuning in to My+One.